Hey guys, it's towniesimbuilds here, and welcome back to another build. Now, as you guys know, I did do a full month full of spooky Halloween builds, but alas, there was one that I did not complete in time. So here we are about a month later, and I did in fact design Norman's house from the movie Paranorman. Paranorman is a 2012 stop-motion animated film produced by Laika Studios, and this is in fact the same company that made the hit movie Coraline. So if you guys enjoy Coraline, it is very likely that you've seen Paranorman, and if not, I really recommend this really fun, edgy film. And with that said, let's head on over to the world of 𝗪𝗛𝗡𝗏 and check out the build. Alright guys, and here we are with a full view of the lot. Like I said, we are in fact in the world of 𝗪𝗪𝗏, and I put this house way on the outskirts of town. I think it fit pretty nicely there by the river, and I did want to emulate some of the lighting seen in the movie. Now obviously, because I'm talking about a film, there will be tons of spoilers, so please keep that in mind. But anyways, here is the home. It was a super quirky colonial style build, and if you guys have seen the film, it is a pretty narrow house. The roof is a little crooked, there's definitely some overgrowth, you saw the kind of rusted garage door with a basketball. And this of course is a view of Norman's bedroom, which I did manage to fit into the attic. It wasn't easy, I did have to go through a lot of references, but I did get it pretty close. As you guys can see, their yard is pretty barren. I do know that there was some kind of swing set there. I think it was originally attached to a tree, but we do have the swing set from Seasons. And moving around, this is just another view of the house. And as you guys saw, Norman does have another window there, and you also see the chimney to the fireplace in the living room. But moving on back out, we will check out the lot in different forms of lighting. We're currently in the in-between morning-afternoon type of phase, but here is the lot in the evening, followed by the night view, heading back to the morning now, and finally back to the afternoon, where we will take a look inside. So starting off our tour, we do have, in fact, a look at the very first floor of the house, and moving on in, this of course is the front entrance, leading to the staircase heading to the second floor. Now, this was seen very quickly in the very beginning of the movie. I think it was both Norman and Courtney, his sister, kind of rushing down the stairs. So there is some clutter up front, there is a coat rack there. But of course, much more importantly is the iconic family living room. We see this very early on in the film. Norman is there watching his favorite zombie movie, and his grandma is actually already dead. She is there as a ghost. He has the ability to see spirits, so of course they have some very fun conversations between each other. Now, as some interesting details, the windows are very heavily shaded in the movie, and the fireplace you see is actually defunct, so the family uses it as a sort of makeshift bookcase, if that makes any sense. But heading on over now, we do have a look at the garage. Now, this garage was not seen in the movie, we never see the inside, but I figured I would make it a skill building room, particularly for Norman's parents. So Perry struck me as a sort of handyman, if you will. So he does have a workbench there. And then Norman's mom, Sandra, she's super sweet and super kind, so I thought perhaps, this table from Seasons could be quite fitting for her. This is a floral arranging station, if you'd like to have her pursue that hobby. But moving past the living room now, we do enter the kitchen and breakfast nook. So you can access this from the outside patio area. And when I was building this, it was really hard referencing the film. The film kind of shot this area from multiple angles. I do know there was a bay window here, where Courtney comes in after school and she's kind of like talking on her phone. And then there is a very small but old kitchenette there as well. So we do have that kind of rusty green fridge there with some nice clutter, maybe some old pictures and calendars and stuff like that. And then of course there is also a breakfast nook. Now the breakfast nook, again, is not very well pictured, but I thought, hey, let me make it fairly nice, make it accessible, but definitely make it in style with everything else. Moving up to the second floor now, unfortunately a lot of these spaces were not seen in the movie, but of course, given that they are a family, I did have to make many bedrooms for the different characters. Starting us off is going to be Courtney's room, and for those of you who know Courtney from the movie, she is a very girly girl. She's very feminine. She is a little bit sassy. She does have a strong interest in boys. So I was trying to channel, that Y2K vibe. I'm thinking, if I was a teenage girl in the 2000s roughly, I think this would be appropriate. So she does have a lot of fun pink and light blue tones. She does have pictures of perhaps her favorite boy band members, and she does have a little vanity station if she wants to try on clothes, put on her makeup. It's definitely a very fitting bedroom for her. But now, going out and moving forward, we do have one little room that is seen very briefly in the film, and this is a supposed bathroom shared by both Norman and his sister Courtney. So this is where Norman is pictured. He's brushing his teeth with his zombie toothbrush, and he's making these weird, zombie noises there. And I do know for a fact that it is a tiled room with a blue-green curtain, so I kind of went off that and designed the space based on that brief clip. And this, of course, is the master bedroom. This would be the bedroom for both Norman's mom and dad, Perry and Sandra, respectively. So for this room, I was thinking it's kind of a merge of both styles. Perry is a lot more, I don't know. He's kind of basic. He's not a very colorful person. But of course, Sandra is a lot sweeter. So there is a slight feminine edge to this room. It is still well decorated. We do have some plants. So it's a good mixture of both parents, I would say. But obviously connecting from the bedroom is an ensuite master bathroom. So this master bathroom, as you can see, does have a double vanity there. There is a separate room for the toilet area. Just an interesting detail there to make use of the space. And we do have a full shower with a bathtub there as well. Heading on up to the third floor is, of course, the attic space of Norman's house. And this is also where Norman's bedroom is located. Now, I did want to make sure that this attic space was very easily accessible, so I did create a full staircase leading from the second floor. And going down the hallway itself, we will enter the very iconic bedroom of our dear friend Norman. Now, this place was super small and super cramped, but I had a fun time putting a lot of these details in. So he does have a lot of scary movie posters. He does have his favorite Scream Queen. He has his different monster figurines. He even has his tombstone alarm clock, thanks to that object from Seasons. But moving over here, this is a look at his dresser. He was working on some kind of zombie figurine, so I did want to include that detail there. And I did actually make his desk from a variety of different objects because nothing was quite small enough. But lo and behold, underneath is a secret crystal ball from the Paranormal stuff pack. I figured that perhaps Norman is trying to hone in on his paranormal abilities and become a potential paranormal investigator in the future. So hopefully it's a fun storytelling aspect for you guys. Completing our tour today is a little modification I made to Norman's house. Now, if you guys have seen the movie, canonically speaking, I don't think there is an actual basement, but given that it is New England, a lot of homes do have basements, and to be honest, I really did want both Neil and Mitch within the Babcock household. So lo and behold, we do have a semi-converted basement here. This is a look at the full bathroom. I figured perhaps their parents had to leave the country, perhaps for their careers, their jobs, and they asked the Babcock household to look after their kids. So Perry's dad possibly renovated the space, created a conjoined bedroom for the boys. Over here is Mitch's space, so he is definitely a lot more athletically inclined. He's kind of a jock type of guy. So I did want his area of the room to reflect that. And of course, going over here is the space of the lovable little Neil. His space is a lot more eccentric, fun and adventurous, and I do think it fits his vibe. So looking at the lot specs as a whole, this is in fact a 30 by 20 lot, so fairly small and very easy to fit into a variety of different Sims 4 worlds. The lot type is of course set to residential, so if you do want to play as Norman and his family, or any mixture of the characters really, this is a really great lot to do so. Now in terms of packs, we do stick with our 4-pack limit. This build obviously incorporates base game, but it also includes content from Get Together, City Living, Seasons, and the Paranormal stuff pack. There is a 5th pack technically, which is of course the Holiday Celebration pack, But as always, this pack is free, so you don't have to worry about buying it. Now, as a special quick note for this build, if you guys do not have the paranormal stuff pack, certainly do not worry, this pack was not very essential in the build by any means. Essentially, the only things you will be losing from the pack, of course, are the crystal ball, some of the minor decorations in the house, and the one armchair seen in Norman's parents' bedroom. But other than that, the lot does retain the way it looks and functions, and you can enjoy it just the same without that pack. Alright guys, and that is a wrap on Norman's house from the movie Paranorman. Now, if you guys enjoy the movie or have seen it in the past, definitely let me know in the comments whether you think I got the house right, did I get all the details in, and hopefully it brought back some memories from this really funny, creepy film. And with that, this has been 𝗧𝗛𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, signing off. Thank you so much for watching, guys.